This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, send it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, today we're going to bring you the Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands. The Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands was a series sponsored by Coca-Cola. It began with 5 nights a week program from November of 41 to May of 42, with a half-hour finale program on Saturday night with the top band of the week. Then it shifted from September of 1942 to June of 45 with a program every weeknight, 30 minutes, and sometimes on Saturday. It featured some of the best bands on the country performing before those who were working to bring victory in World War II. From war workers to hospitals to army camps. And the crowd definitely gets into it. So this is going to be a treat. And so we're bringing you, first of all, an original civilian broadcast of the Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands from January 23rd, 1943. And coming up tomorrow, we'll take a look at a couple of broadcasts that went to our servicemen overseas. But here now is the Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands.
There's assembly. For the Fighting Sons of Freedom, the Coca-Cola Company presents the Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands. Tonight and every night, Monday through Saturday, the Coca-Cola Company sends the greatest bands in the land, playing for the soldiers, the sailors, the Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and war workers. And tonight we're at Washington, D.C. to salute the new officers of the National Press Club and pay tribute to American newspaper correspondents all over the world. Presenting in person and in the spotlight, Leo Reisman. Yes, sir, tonight there's a twinkle of pride in the old Spotlight's eye because we're mighty proud to attend this distinguished gathering of the nation's leaders in the senior news dispersing medium, the top journalists in the entire newspaper field. The occasion, the installation of the new president and other officers of the National Press Club. The Spotlight Band brought here especially for the occasion, Leo Reisman. The first selection in the Spotlight, Grieg's Piano Concerto in A minor. announcer, here at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., there's a big thrill in the air. Right soon now, these journalistic leaders of the nation will install their new officers, headed by Mr. Felix T. Cotton of the International News Service. These gentlemen are also making the most of this opportunity by paying tribute to their brother newsmen, now covering the war zones all over the world. And here the Spotlight wishes to set a part of that salute to music as Leo Reisman plays and Linda Gray sings When You're a Long, Long Way from Home.
Hard to find a pal that's true, that you can tell your troubles to. And when you send a letter home, your mother's voice rings in your ear. And then you cross the seas with kisses. What a strange world this is. Then you dot the i's with tears, and all the sunshine turns to gloom when you're a long, long way from home.
And when the spotlight's on refreshment, it's Coca-Cola. All the shining brilliance, that's from the Spotlight. But the sparkle, the tingling, delicious taste, the promise and the enjoyment of complete refreshment, that's Coke. Nothing different, nothing else but the real thing, ice-cold Coca-Cola. Tonight, it's the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. The band in the Spotlight is Leo Reisman. And the next song in the Spotlight is one written especially for this occasion by Al Hecker of the Reisman Band. Linda Gray and the gang sing Want a Bomber, Mama.
Want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, to beat the bad man. Want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, to keep us free. Want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, to beat the bad man. Want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, want a bomber, mama, to keep us free.
Wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama to beat that bad man. Wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama mama to keep us free. Wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb a mama, wanna bomb a mama to beat the bad men. Wanna bomb a mama, wanna bomb a mama, wanna bomb a mama to keep us free. The band was playing, we'll keep them flying. There's no denying that the sky's the limit if we all keep trying. Wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama to beat the bad men. Wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama, wanna bomb mama to keep us free.
Tonight, the National Press Club is playing host to a delegation from Tylertown, Mississippi, America's typical rural town. And this delegation has come up here to see a local boy who made good be installed as president of the National Press Club, Mr. Felix T. Cotton. Dinner has already been served, and right after this broadcast, the installation itself is on the menu. But right now, the spotlight is serving these top-notch news gatherers some top-notch music. Leo Reisman, to be exact, Dearly Beloved, sung by Alan Holt, to be absolutely exact.
Dearly beloved, how clearly I see somewhere in heaven you were fashioned for me. Angel eyes knew you. Angel voices led me to you. Nothing could save me. Fate gave me a sign. I know that I'll be yours come shower or shine. So I say, dearly beloved, you're mine.
Next up, and saluting the newspaper men covering the Latin American nations, Leo Reisman takes the spotlight to Brazil. And this next edition of Spotlight Music, now being added to our special program here at Washington's National Press Club, is the famous Leo Reisman arrangement of I've Got You Under My Skin. The Spotlight points with pride to the members of the National Press Club here in Washington, D.C., and to their hundreds of brother newsmen now serving on war fronts all over the world as correspondents. To the courage and skill being displayed by these men who have dedicated themselves to the task of gathering the morale-lifting and informative news which takes such an important part in preserving the will to win in the heart of our nation. They go where they're sent without question. Their ammunition is their resourcefulness and their ability to report the heat of battle with the restraint of truth. Theirs is a mighty and important mission, and theirs is a mighty and important accomplishment of that mission. The correspondents representing the American press at war are dependable and worthy fighting sons of freedom. And so tonight, to the National Press Club and every man it is sent to the fighting fronts, to these men who are doing such an outstanding job of reporting at home and abroad, to each and every one of you, the Spotlight points with pride. And here's where we go to press with the three-star final in tonight's Spotlight. The 3 stars, our National Press Club Spotlight audience, the Leo Reisman Spotlight Band, and the popular Spotlight high jumping tune, Take It Down. Ah, yes, sir. And thank you, Leo Reisman, for tonight's Spotlight music. Thank you, members of the National Press Club, for inviting us to be on hand for the installation of your new officers, headed by Mr. Felix T. Cotton, your new president. And now, Leo, how about signing that famous musical signature of yours right here in the Coca-Cola guest register? It's been night number 108 for the Victory Parade of Spotlight Bands, and we've marched 171,946 Spotlight miles, playing for the soldiers, sailors, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and war workers. Monday night, the Spotlight will be at Toledo, Ohio, playing for the officers and men of the Toledo Naval Training School with Johnny Long. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For ice-cold Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. This is Gil Newsom reminding you that Monday night the Spotlight will be at Toledo Naval Training Station and featuring Johnny Long. And saying now, see you then for the Coca-Cola Company. Good night. This is the Blue Network.
That will do it for today. If you have a comment, email me, box13@greatdetectives.net. I welcome your story or that of loved ones who served during World War II. Ken Curlin provides our opening theme music, kencurlin.com. I am your host, Adam Graham. This series is provided as a service of the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio, greatdetectives.net.